Hey guys, Don Cottom with Cloud Room AV and 323 Link. And today I'm showing you the new One Touch interface. And so we run this on our workstations, and this also can become a YouTube studio in its own right. But the One Touch interface is this is a layer, the interface that the user would experience, much like a touch screen from a control system in the room. I'm not going to go deep into what all we can do with One Touch. Hopefully you can determine maybe what these buttons would do, but I wanted to show real quick some of our utilities that we've added. So these are critical utilities that you have to have if you're going to build AV systems on a Windows computer. So let me start with the first one, which is actually our observer tool. And so basically this gives me the ability, and this also is part of the what's cooked into our system, where we can see when things are unplugged, used, when they're in use. We can audit and manage and manipulate all the control of all the devices on the system. But the first very simple product, or it's fairly simple, is our Observer X, or the ability to manipulate and manage all devices connected to our computer. I won't go too deep into that, but this has critical features you have to build AV systems on a Windows computer. The second one I'll bring up is our physical hardware manager and a resource gatekeeper. We call it Enforcer X. And so what this allows me to do is it allows me to go into our system. First of all, I can manage all of the devices. I can rename the devices. So, when this fixes house PCs too, when you're using that for your Zoom room or things, it's in the rack. This can manage what each app can see, what the name are of those devices. So when a customer opens up the Zoom app, they don't get 8 microphone choices. They get the one that says Zoom mic and Zoom speaker and Zoom camera. So we have the ability to manipulate all of the things that the customer would see or the application would see. And then this also adds that layer of audit to bring us up to a NIST compliance for the AV system. We also have the resource or gatekeeper, and this applies certain peripherals to certain apps and locks them in. Another thing you just have to have if you're going to do or try to do this, and these, by the way, these applications will fix if you're having problems with a traditional control system and you're having problems with your house PC and it behaving properly, these same utilities you can get to add to that existing house PC. So another one I'm going to show you real quickly is we also want to be able to provision our applications to go to certain processors. And so we have the ability we have our One Touch Pro and our One Touch Think. The Think has a full-on 70 billion parameter AI on its own. So we run that in a certain parameter or process in the system. And so now our computers don't only have just the one CPU and maybe a graphics card. Now we have AI chips that also can help process these tokens more quickly. And so in these profiles, we're able to assign a whole set of apps to different processors on the machine to really get the best out of our video apps, get the best out of our AI function, and run our regular task on the regular CPU. This makes these systems run way better, way faster than anything else out there. And then the last one I'm going to show you, which I think is probably one of the coolest, is our Matrix X. And so we now have the ability to all inputs and all outputs, all audio inputs and everything can all be matrixed together. And we can turn any video input or output, we can turn anything into a physical video source and then create a one button here for One Touch over for this left-hand side that can jump right to that. So you can make this a document camera button for your control system. You could make it bring up multiple cameras with a couple different audio sources. You can do all kinds of different mixes of things. But basically, we have the ability to replicate and output all display outputs, which gets into our app mode and everything else. But we have the ability to this turns your Windows PC into an AV matrix switcher. You just have to have the proper inputs and proper outputs, which we do with our partners like Genie and some other people. They give us a wider band of the devices we can get to per the ports on a computer. So that is Matrix X, and it turns any Windows computer into a full matrix switcher, which also can be controlled from external, your phone, and some other things. So I just wanted to show you some of the tools that we typically will put in a one-touch room. These all come with our core one touch, which you see here, which is just one of the modes. We also have a couple other modes, and I do love to show the app mode, which turns your room or conference room into a flipboard type scenario where any user can walk in and just use it instantly. So if you want more information about app mode or any of these apps, please let us know. We're also actively looking for new dealers, and we're also hiring more people on our technical team. So reach out. We look forward to speaking with you. Go to cloudroomav.com and send us some information in the contact us area, and we'll look forward to talking to you. Thanks.